One more minute for the last ones. Okay, so welcome again, everybody. Welcome to be here, to be interested to our training in this project, Sea Bridge. As I presented on Monday, I don't know if some of you already been here on Monday. I presented the project, but let me introduce again a little bit something about this project. Sea Bridge is a project co-founded by the European Union under the project COSME, so with the goal of support on enterprises. And we are a group of partners from different parts of Europe, especially Ireland, Italy, Spain, Slovenia, and Turkey. So we are very, very enthusiastic to present you this second session of the first training, because we are going to have a second training. So this is our second day. And let me give an overview of our agenda for today. And so I'm going to also present a little bit more, again, our trainer for the ones that were not here on Monday. And we are going to develop and we are going to see more about two topics in specific: green transition into organizational strategy, and digital practices in our roadmap. So this is our topic for today. And between them, we're going to have a small break. So hope to give you a break as soon as possible. So just a quick overview on the trainings, why we wanted to give more skill management to all the managers. And because we thought that through our online training, we could give more interaction with experts and, of course, peers in this sector, and give, of course, more capacity and competencies at managers and employees of small enterprises or small medium enterprises, and of course who are working in intermediaries, in areas. And of course, that was important to have a very focus on digital and green transition, energy efficiency, so sustainable practices. All these hot topics that, of course, for industries are become very important. And of course, we hope to give you more awareness of environmental impact on carbon emission, and of course starting to have an opinion, and of course something that give you the possibility to do something in your daily work. And let me also introduce the second training that we are going to have in two sessions as well, in 2 days in November, 19th and the 25th. So keep in mind, save the date on your calendar, because we are going to talk about innovation management and digital transition and support. So probably we are going to talk more about these topics. So let me also introduce our trainer, Fabiana Giuliano. She is an expert and senior consultant in design and implementation of enterprises management system in different fields, quality, environmental, and safety compliance. And of course, she's been with experience more than 15 years in this field, and she's also a co-founder of a company that give services to this kind of industries, and she's also a technology lecturer. So I give the word to Dr. Giuliano, and please.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the training, second training organized by the Project Bridge. One moment, share my screen. Okay. You see my screen? Okay.
Yes.
Before talking about today's topic, I would like to talk about the importance of terminology for climatic action and communication. The terms are the foundation of a good climate communication, are essential to properly convey one's position and intention. Their good use allow not only to avoid running into greenwashing, but also to see their own commitment underestimated. Let's start with the difference between the carbon neutral and the climate neutral. The climate neutrality is a short-term statement. It indicates that the company has initiated a plan to reduce its greenhouse emissions and at the same time offsetting of all residual greenhouse gas emissions generated during the year. When the total greenhouse gases emission generated in the year is equal to the total absorbed or reduced outside the value chain, the company can declare itself climate neutral. The carbon neutral is specific only for CO2 emissions, while climate neutral generally refers to all greenhouse gases, including fluorinated gases, methane, nitrous oxide, etc. Net zero, it indicates a long-term path with the objective on achieving net zero emissions around 2050. This goal is in line with the target of the Paris Agreement that to limit global warming to plus 1.5 grade C by the end of the century. This path implies a drastic reduction of its CO2 emissions until they are most eliminated by 2050. That almost means that for some sectors called hard to abate, it will not be possible to reduce emission completely by 2050 for technical or economic reasons. There are sectors such as aviation, agriculture, and steel. Okay, let's start the first topic, the training, the integrating the green transition into organization strategy. Very important sustainable IT and IT for sustainability with an high on governance. Data and digital are called upon to play an increasingly important role in the relationship between business and ESG, both in terms of sustainable transformation and the dimension of reporting and integration of ESG processes into the core business. The fundamental role of sustainable IT. In providing natively green and digital solutions leads to rethinking and the level of green digital engineering with the creation and management of data centers with strict sustainability targets, with the eco-design of all platforms, and hardware solution to development of software capable of integrating ESG logic into the process. ESG expresses its value when it actually becomes an integral part of process. Thanks to digital solutions capable of ensuring consistency between planning, forecasting, reporting, and compliance. Consists with an evolving framework. In order for this to happen, one must consider the need to attach increasing importance to governance associated with ESG, for which it is essential to move along the road of sharing. Overcoming the logic of silos and providing companies with a truly holistic view of all those sources and data that represent the many different dimensions of sustainability. Also in governance are issues related to collaboration between all stakeholders. Another capture that goes through integration at the level of data, application, and knowledge. Another topic and very important, the environmental sustainability, it's the evolution of sustainability management. There is an increasing number of sustainability professionals, especially in certain sectors such as utilities, energy-intensive companies, and organizations more involved in social issues. Sustainability is entering the organizational life of companies, and therefore requires a more structural involvement of middle management. An example, Amplifon. Amplifon is company world leader in the hearing care sector, has created a global IR and sustainability team and the progressive integration of ESG skills and figures within specific company functions. A path guided by a global sustainability policy focused on 4 areas of commitment that respond to the main categories of stakeholders. One area is customers and their families. People and community and the future generations, and environment, and then and the value chain in which the group operates. Okay. Another topic very important is environmental sustainability. Is sustainable transformation goes through operation and supply chain. Thus, talking about sustainability in supply chain means being able to manage environmental, social, and economic impacts by encouraging good governance practices, throughout the life cycle of goods and services. The challenge is therefore to comply with laws, regulations, and international principles for sustainable business conduct while achieving the expected performance results. In terms of business results, working on supply chain sustainability brings within growth benefits of turnover, a benefit reputation, another benefit of addressable markets, and of its market share. This is a scenario that also includes improving corporate culture, reducing costs and risks, increasing productivity, and generally increasing market capitulations. The sustainable transformation goes to operations and the supply chain. Holistic approach is needed, embracing areas accordingly of product design, of planning, procurement, and logistics. And this involves controlling the production stages to achieve the best possible use of machines and materials, defining a logistic chain that in turn takes into account the environmental impact and traceability of raw materials. Sustainable sourcing, therefore, means making sure that there is a responsible attitude in the purchasing function, not only by using green materials that limit environmental impact, but by achieving full visibility on suppliers and their work conditions. To achieve these goals, specific tools are therefore also needed to demonstrate transparency and accountability in the value chain. Sustainable transformation, there is an important gap to be bridged, which requires a total rethinking of operations, creating a flow that's supported by digitization and technology. It involves all aspects from people to culture, from processes to organizational structures, from finance to control functions. An important facilitating element is the digital. Digital solutions such as blockchain, IoT, Internet of Things, big data, another sample AI, digital twin, and process mining. Also physical digital solutions such as automation, robotic, AR, VR, autonomous vehicles, and the digital cloud solution. This is the foundation of the sustainable supply chain, the ability to design environmentally friendly products, use raw materials responsibly, and produce and transport products sustainably. For example, digital solution. One example is Internet of Things. The implementation of Internet of Things technologies in all spheres can make important contribution to sustainability. Starting with optimizing the use of resources, which is essential both environmentally and socially and economically. Thanks to networking sensors, it's able to exchange information with each other and with an operation center. From smart city to agriculture and industry 4.0, it is possible to optimize production processes, supply chains, and infrastructures. Sorry. For instance, by reducing pollution and resource consumption, but also by preventing human operators from undergoing strenuous, dangerous, or particularly tiring activities. Another, for example, the digital solution is big data. Big data analysis enables organization at all levels to get a clear picture of the current situation and predict what will happen in the future. Thanks to big data analysis, it is possible reduce energy consumption of resources and monitor the health of ecosystems in real time. In the context of smart cities, example, adopt traffic solution to keep vehicle pollutant emissions as low as possible. It's possible or study targeting services to people by analyzing their sentiment. Another example of digital solution is blockchain. It's a technology that can make it possible to trace the entire supply chain of products. From their origin to their final destination. This is crucial because it gives consumers access to detailed and transparent information on the origin of the product they intend to buy. This means that every single step in a product journey, from cultivation or production to processing, packaging, transport, and sale, can be reliably and verifiably documented. Okay. The European Commission choose guidelines to support the green transition. Digital technologies are crucial for the EU to become climate neutral by 2050, the goal set in the European Green Deal. Now we make a focus reducing the carbon footprint of the ICT sector. Today, the ICT sector accounts for 5/9 of electricity use, more than 2% of global greenhouse gases emission, as much as all air traffic. If unchecked, the ICT footprint could increase to 40% of global emission by 2040. But at the same time, technologies could help reduce emission by 7 times more the amount created by the ICT sector, and reduce the global emission by up to 50%. The digital strategy will help the European Green Deal make the EU climate neutral. First strategy is launch a new EU industrial strategy. In March 2020, the Commission will adopt an EU industrial strategy to support the green and the digital transformation of the EU economy. Second strategy boosts the EU's ability to predict and manage environmental disasters. The Destination Earth initiative will develop a high precision digital model, a digital twin, of the Earth that will radically improve Europe's ability to predict extreme weather patterns, judge the impact of climate change, and manage natural and environmental disasters. Third strategy is support the circular economy. Take measures to improve the energy efficiency and the circular economy performance of the ICT sector, from broadband networks to data centers and ICT devices. Introduce new product passports to tell consumers and industry about the region, composition, including hazardous and rare materials, and of life handling and recycling of products. Fourth strategy is launch a circular electronics initiative. Improve reuse to make device last longer and make them easier to repair and recycle. Extending the lifetime of whole smartphone in the EU by 1 year will save 2.1 million tons of CO2 per year by 2030. The equivalent of taking 1 million cars over the roads. All consumer support is strong. A recent Eurobarometer survey showed that 64% of users would like to keep their digital devices for 5-10 years. The fifth strategy is make data centers and ICT infrastructures climate neutral by 2030. Ensure they become more energy efficient and use more renewable energy sources. Sixth strategy is take advantage of artificial intelligence, 5G, cloud and edge computing, and the Internet of Things. Make sure we use digital technologies better to deal with the climate change and protect the environment. Seventh strategy is support automated and connected transport. develop a smart system to reduce traffic congestion and improve mobility. And if strategy is make public procurement more sustainable, ensure that your use of green public procurement cover all ICT products and services. Okay, now let's talk about my case studies of environmental sustainability. These case studies, it is SAC SPA. Okay, change slide, 1 moment. Okay. This case study is a simplified example of sustainable planning in the aviation sector. Identifying activities to be carried out, objectives, data analysis, indicators, and all are compliant with the ESG criteria. The SAC CPA is the company that manages Catania Fontanarossa Airport and Comso Airport. And SAC CPA for a concrete approach to continuous improvement in combating climate change and reducing emissions. As joined AC Europe's Airport Carbon Accreditation (ACA) registration program. This registration ACA provides for the activation of a series of actions for the control and reduction of direct scope 1 and scope 2 and indirect scope 3 CO2 emissions by the airport operator in 4 levels. The 4 levels the ACA accreditation are mapping, reductions, optimizations, and neutrality. Level map, mapping, quantification of greenhouse gas emission by identifying direct emissions, scope 1, and energy consumptions, scope 2. Preparation of a report in accordance with ISO 40064-1. The level 2 reduction, define reduction targets and implement greenhouse gas emissions management procedures. The level 3 optimization and quantify indirect greenhouse gas sources managed by suppliers and involving them in reduction targets. And the level 3 plus neutrality. Campaigns for reduction achieved after scope 1 and scope 2 reduction with credits generated by reduction project outside the airport area. Okay, what did we do? The action implemented by SAC CPA are energy diagnosis involving hand energy census, to the implementation of level 1 mapping, 3, the implementation of the ISO 40064-1 standard for the quantification of greenhouse gases emissions, and 4, implementation of level 2 reductions. What should we do? One certification within this year, according to the ISO 40064-1 standard with the certification body SGS. And two, providing for ACO registrations, level 1 and 2, level 2, and scope 1 and scope 2. Three, implement improvement activities to reach level 3 for subsequent certification. The improvement actions provided for in carbon management plan from 2022 to 2025. The path towards the net zero. Okay. In the year 2022, scope 2, the activity are relations of photovoltaic plant, visibility study for the domotic transformation of terminal A and staff awareness, and with CO2 reduction 2%. And another activities, green compensation works at the road connecting the RFI stations, Road Goretti, with cycle path and characterization of green areas in several places. With CO2 reduction 6%. In the year 2023, scope 2, the activities are modernization work, hardware, switchboards, inverter with associated power line, replacement of fire dampers, and with energy saving 50%. Another activities, modification of air handling units system with a terminal hail inverter technology, modernization by installing a frequency inverter for extending air handling units system, and with energy saving 30%. Another key activities is the replacement of obsolete air conditioning systems with inverter air conditioners with energy saving 25%. Redevelopment of the internal lighting system in Terminal A with energy saving 25%. And replacement of lighting towers with LED lighting and with energy saving 25%. In the year 2024, free scope. Scope 1, the activities is replacement of SAC vehicles with low emission vehicles, so with less environmental impact fuels, with co-reduction 20%. Scope 2, the activity is construction of a thermal system to serve the Terminal A water sanitary network as per the bathroom development project, which includes the replacement of the exciting boilers with a centralized system. With the CO2 reduction 10%. And scope 3, the activities is feasibility study for the construction of a 3-generation plant with the co-percent reduction 2%. In the year 2025, scope 2, the activities replacement of the interior lighting system with LEDs upgrading of the landside lighting system with energy saving 25%. Construction of electric vehicle charging station as landside parking areas with energy saving 25%. Another activities is construction of electric vehicle charging stations to serve airside ramp vehicles with energy saving 50%, and construction of a thermal system to serve the water sanitary network terminal A with co-reduction at 20%. The most worrying factor on a global level in the emission of carbon dioxide, which plays a major role in the global warming phenomenon. Topic currently the subject of heated scientific debate. According to recent estimates, 22% of CO2 emissions are attributable to the entire transport sector and 2-3% to aviation alone. At the 29th Annual Congress of EISMEA Europe, held in Cyprus, what can be described as a historic commitment was made to net zero emission by 2050. Therefore, the path towards zero impact is an obligatory path that can represent for SMEs an opportunity to relaunch the company's image as well as energy and economic efficiency in the medium and long term. Furthermore, the implementation of the planned action will enable SMEs to adhere to the goals of the Agenda 2030 for Sustainable Development Goals. Okay. We take 10 minutes break.
Yes, so thank you, first of all, our trainer, Fabiana. So what we are going to do is to have a 10 minutes break. For the questions, we are going to share a link where you can use it for forwarding the questions that you want to make to Fabiana. So I will share it to you in the message box. So feel free when you have time to express your question, and then I will forward these questions to our trainer and she will answer you. So let's have 10 minutes of break, please. We are going to have the rest of the time, so don't be late. We are going to start at 2 minutes before 4, so be on time, please. And then we will finish our last 20, 30 minutes for the second topic. So see you in 10 minutes.
Okay, later.
Okay, so let's wait for our trainer. Okay, when she's ready, we can start again.
Okay, welcome back. Okay, let's start the second topic. Is guidelines for the development of digital practices. How to manage the company's green and the digital transformation. This diagram summaries 9 variables for the design and management of green and digital transformation. Our variable environmental purpose, open culture and leadership, green compass, sustainable business model, data and digital, organizational network, human capital, earth system, and behaviors and knowledge. But in particular, we will focus on strategic variables such as first variables integrate the environmental purpose into the strategies. Is name environmental purpose. Second strategies strengthen the board of directors. Is name green compass. And third, strategic, refing the business model from a sustainable perspective, name sustainable business model. And enable the organization network. Fifth variable and open culture and leadership. Let's start. The first variable is environmental purpose. To be truly driven by an environmental purpose, a company must concretely address one or more unmet social needs, creating measurable value for itself and society, which must be integrated into strategy, operational processes, and commitment to people. Putting the company's purpose at the heart of stakeholder relations is crucial for long-term success, and employees also connected to the company's purpose by assuming the role of advocate. Second variable is sustainable business model. Is to rethink the company so that it's natively sustainable and digital by adopting an approach that starts from the blank sheet. Defining the company's long-term vision and image. Two examples. One sample, Enel. Enel has explicitly combined creating sharing value, energy transition, and digital transformation. The two examples, Philips has taken the strategic decision to include circular logic throughout its business as a competitive necessity. Beginning with the purpose and the vision, the goals and sustainability impacts that the company wants to pursue must be declined, understanding the contribution of digital in building its business model. In this sense, we suggests a logical path where the benefit obtained by the company, value capture, then distance from the positive impact it generates on the environment, value creation, enabled by the contribution of digital technologies and value digitizations. Innovative business models must see inclusive economic growth and sustainability as closely linked and cannot be seen as trade-offs, but as a dynamic combination of objectives. The articulation of the business model takes the form of a roadmap in phases, and it outlines the business transformation from a green and digital perspective over the long term, and includes a more operational short-term plan. The third variable is the strengthening of the board or board of directors, which is the SIVE is giving and maintaining the strategic orientation compass towards the new business model. In general, the board constitutes a point of reference, aggregation, and the direction of the company, fulfilling three primary roles. First, roles contribute to the interactive processes of defining the strategic orientation, with the consistency check with the corporate purpose in its sustainability values, and preparation of an appropriate system of objectives and KPIs. Second role, check for deviation in conduct and result by collecting appropriate feedback from the market and the environment. And third role, activate appropriate dialogue and interaction activities with stakeholders, creating a link with the external environment and allying with the new dependencies. For example, the Green Compass in Henning, the board has three commitments. First, sustainability and scenarios. Delving into the integration of strategy, evolutionary scenarios, and business sustainability. And second, commitments control and risk, which support climate risk assessment in an integrated manner with the other risk types. And three, remuneration, proposing general criteria for incentivizing plans linked to emission reductions. The third variable is organizational network, is represented by the ability to operate by exploiting a network or relationship activities, information flow, and knowledge circuits. The network starts as a primary node from the individual person who works in a team and becomes part of a broader context of communities active on specific interests, operating in network organization involving internal and external stakeholders. The mean of integration and coordination between the various actors involved therefore become fundamental. For example, for electric mobility, we move from a product logic to a system logic. The organization must adopt and is configured as a core team with boundary functions. Organization from vertical to horizontal and flat learn organization, which changes according to the context matrix structures. The fifth variable, open culture and leadership, is corporate culture. It means providing the right incentives to encourage people to innovate for sustainability, to learn how to use digital technologies to support transformation, to propose natively digital and sustainable products and or initiatives, to activate partnership and engage the ecosystem. This shall to create a common language and reverse principles to avoid the misalignments and to get message across that sustainability and digital are not something additional, but integrated into the business. And as a prerequisite, there must be trust and transparency. Trust and transparencies are true enabling terms. Tolerance of error in favor of learning, mutual enrichment in the dissemination of information, networking in an open and collaborative manner, real adherence to corporate values, and innovations. We talk about open power values with the aim of increasing people's involvement and participation to change the corporate culture. Okay, testimonials. I would like to submit to your attention and vision the two testimonials in the world. They are two people who are implementing concrete actions to protect the climate. Because regardless of the type of role you hold on the company, we must all consider climate protection a priority, and we must make a full contribution. These two testimonials are two examples of environmental communication from a global company, which puts the face of its employees to implement transparent and effective communication. Okay.
It's part of the human condition to not know what you have until you don't have it anymore. In 2017, I started having chest pains. The main artery in my heart was blocked. I was given a second chance, but I wasn't sure at what. I had to think about that for a while. Water's just always had this really calming effect on me. I was out ice fishing and listening to this podcast on simple, brilliant ideas. One of the things that occurred to me was that maybe I can do some good through my work at BASF. And that's really how the drip irrigation project started. With climate change, water is becoming very scarce in a lot of places where there's a lot of hungry people. This project is working to develop an irrigation system that's powered by the sun. Drip irrigation systems deliver water exactly where it's needed. This design, combined with our materials, are allowing this water to be pumped with 40% less energy than it was before, and that opens up huge areas of the world to farming. When you come that close to dying and then you don't, it shifted my perspective. There's an African proverb, we don't inherit the world from our parents, we borrow it from our children, and that's really the way I see it. We all have an impact, whether we know it or not. Now it's up to science and technology to solve this problem. And it's going to take willpower and commitment. I see that in a lot of people. It gives me hope. The only thing we have to change is everything.
Okay. Watch the video, second testimonials. Okay.
Nature has always been an important part of my life. I grew up in a little town at the northeast of China. The whole town, we have a few thousands of people. Now I live in Shanghai. We can have that amount of people in about 3 apartment complexes. I was a very curious child. I asked a lot of questions. When we talk about climate change, it is not a one-person job. We need to engage in conversations with people from different cultural backgrounds, living in different parts of the world. Our team is basically the bridge between BASF and our academic partners. I have a lot of opportunities to have very interesting conversations with different people.
同情陆羽产油能源消耗也多了，二氧化碳排放也多了，所以现在上海的目标是多中心的。
On a personal level, I think curiosity still drives me until this day. Science is one of the crucial parts for climate protection, but it needs the contribution from the entire society.
那个从长期主义角度考虑。
For young people, we can learn from people with more experience, what they have tried, what they have learned. Like the saying goes, we are standing on the shoulders of giants. More and more, I feel people are more willing to make a sustainable choice. Looking into the future, I am very hopeful.
Okay. These two testimonials are true example, environmental communication, transparency, and effective communication. Okay. Now we make a summary of the two training, particular on the methodology sustainability to be adopted for environmental sustainability. The proposed development methodology for sustainability consists of 5 crucial phases. First phase, business model, comprehensive understanding and thorough analysis of the exciting business model of the organization. Second phase, KPIs, generating key performance indicator to measure sustainability. And third phase, sustainable development goals, categorizing the sustainable which are relevant to the organization for the implementation plan, and fifth phase, sustainability reporting. Analysis of each step based on organization structures and the needs is mandatory to lead in a successful roadmap to sustainability. Okay, let's start the first phase, the business model. One of the most popular methods for practical implementation in the business model canvas. It follows the compact visualization of the 9 basic areas of an organization on just one page. Only through this integrative approach, all areas of the organization can be identified at a glance. The boundaries between the individual units in an organization dissolve. Comprehensive understanding of the main diverse of entrepreneurial activities is created. The interrelationship causes affect relationship and the weak points of the organization, how one's business model become clear and understandable. Business model, in simple words, is a map showing how an organization uses its resources to offer its customers higher value than the competitors do, and know it makes profits from these activities in case the organization is profit oriented. Analyzing the business model of an organization, identifying the parts where the organization can operate more sustainably in the first step of a being a journey on a sustainable way of working. The second phase, the methodology sustainability, is a key performance indicator. The development of certain key performance indicators, which are categorized in accordance with the 3 pillars of sustainability, is mandatory. The organization will set specific targets, specific KPIs, ideally numerical ones, and then monitor the results. This is the concept of reporting which can be performed on an annual basis. After the monitoring, the organization will make relevant adjustments, reset targets, and reevaluate in whole sustainability strategy if needed. The third phase, the methodology sustainability, the Sustainable Development Goals, key activities overview, are a collection of 17 global goals designed to be blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. The Sustainable Development Goals set in 2050 by the United Nations General Assembly and intended to be achieved by the year 2030. In general, SDGs refer not only to countries' governments, but also to individuals and any private and public organization. On a country's level, it is of great importance to follow the directions towards the achievement of the goals, but at the same time, any kind of organization could be aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals. By stitching countries and organizations together, we could deliver the best possible outcome towards the achievement of sustainable development goals. The key activities of the organization could be correspondent to the relevant sustainable development goals. The third phase, the methodology sustainability, is the implementation plan. Up to this point, we have analyzed of the major steps to be followed by the organization for its journey to sustainability. In order to claim that the outcome would be successful, we should emphasize the proper implementation plan consisting of specific actions. It is of vital importance that the organization should deploy, understand the necessity of adopting the proposed actions to its needs and strategic directives. 5 phase, the methodology sustainability reporting. Large organization operating in Europe with over 500 employees will be responsible for disclosing in detail information on social, labor and environmental issues in their annual reports. We use it to benchmark organizational performance. Reporting guidelines provide a framework for benchmarking among organizations in the same sector. Sustainability reporting can help organizations to measure, understand, and communicate their economic, environmental, social, and governance performance, and then set goals and manage change more effectively. The report also presents the organization's values and governance model and demonstrates the link between its strategy and its commitment to a sustainable global economy. We strongly believe that the organization should find the appropriate benchmarking and choose a mix of standards to create its own tool specified for the organization needs. It goes without saying that reporting and the publishing organization rating is much better than being an initiative and doing nothing. Okay, concluding remarks. Nowadays, the adoption of sustainable strategies is considered critical more than ever. The so-called green practices driven by long-term strategies are the core elements for achieving a more balanced relationship between communities, environmental, and organizations. As a result, we presented our proposed methodology and implementation plan of the application of all the ESG pillars, which will produce valuable present and future for any organization. Okay, thank you very much for listening. And okay.
Yeah, sorry.
No problem.
So thank you so much to our trainer, Dr. Giuliano. So this was our last training session with her. So as I said, I'm going to share with you a QR code where you can link where you can ask for questions. We are running out of time, so we must use this tool. But please make sure that you are following our social media accounts, pages, That's for us, it's very important to be connected with you, because Seabridge is also developing many other opportunities. So soon we will have networking event, so online for all of you. So please make sure to be part of our community. I'm going to share all these links also on the message box, so that you can actually get easy inside. And this is the QR code, but I'm going to also link and the questions. Let me share with you the link, so that you, if you have questions and of course feedbacks, it will give us opportunity to improve ourselves. So there you go. So here is again the QR code. Feel free to use it for your questions or any other kind of feedback, because we have also feedback section inside. And thank you again for your participation, for your attendance, and your attention for sure. And see you on next 9th of November. I will send you the direct link for it, for both meetings. And yes, if you have any kind of problem, you can always text me on my email. That it's the same one that I used in previous emails. So please make sure to leave your question and your feedback. And I really appreciate your attendance. And have a nice day. And I wish you to see you soon. Bye-bye.